Hello, welcome. I don't know if you watched my video yesterday when I talked about working from home and the challenges that we're all faced with. I got some feedback from it, and a number of people asked me to explain the free working from home report that we are providing to the nation. So I thought that perhaps I'd do a quick video and walk you through the report. So I'm going to start, I'm just going to pop the report up so you can see it. And you see this is the report called Working from Home. As you can see, there are 9 pages in it in total. 7 of those pages are actually the report itself, and 2 of the pages are an action sheet. So before I talk about the actual report, let me explain where it comes from. The assessment that you complete when you click on the link to the Working from Home report is our behavioral assessment, our DISC assessment. So you complete the normal behavioral assessment. This report is an extract from that assessment, focused specifically on issues relating to working from home, primarily working style and communications. So in a DISC profile, we're looking at the 4 factors, the 4 DISC factors, D, I, S, and C: dominance, influence, steadiness, and compliance. Dominance, how you deal with problems and challenges. Influence, how you deal with people and contacts. S for steadiness, how you deal with pace and consistency. And C for compliance, how you deal with procedures and constraints. And obviously when you work, all these issues are part of how you work as an individual, as how you work as a team, and how you interact with other people. So what we've done in this report, extracted from that. So I'm going to just run through the Working from Home report for you and show you the various pages, and in showing you the pages, explain to you where it comes from. So this page, which is page 2 in the report, is your primary style. So this is whether I'm a D, I, S, and C. Which of these is my primary style? And am I a person who drives through problems and challenges, or a person who loves to take my time and have all the details, the facts, and the figures? How do I like to communicate? So I'm direct. I am ambitious, forceful, decisive, strong-willed, independent, and goal-orientated. So this is the way I am. It's my primary style, and I need to be aware of this in my communication. Of course, others need to be aware of it when I'm communicating with them as well. In this page, page 3, this shows tips based on my top 2 factors. So the top 2 factors in my DISC profile, these are tips related directly to those top 2 factors. So for example, we have things like urgency, competitiveness, organized workplace, and so on. 12 behavioral factors associated with the D, I, S, and C. And this comes directly from my top 2 factors. So it tells me that I should, when I'm communicating virtually, because I don't have visual cues, I need to use verbiage that creates a picture, because I'm very, as you can see, with my hands, I'm very, what's the word I'm looking for? Physical, and I use a lot of gestures, and I use a lot of physical cues in my communications. I need to break down larger assignments into smaller tasks so I can delegate and or cross off my list quickly. Because I get frustrated when I don't have to-dos, I'm not ticking off lists, I'm not feeling I'm progressing, and so on. Page 3 here, bear with me, page 4 talks how I communicate with other high Ds, a high D or a low D. Somebody I think is very, very high D, or somebody who's a very low D, somebody who's direct or somebody who's reflective. How I deal with somebody who's outgoing or reserved, high and low I. How I deal with somebody who is high S, predictable, or low S, dynamic, and how I deal with somebody who's a high C, compliant, or a low C, pioneering. I'm, for example, low C is my second factor. And then attached to that, we have 2 simple worksheets: improve your self-awareness. So a series of questions, a combination of different behavioral styles in one place can sometimes cause friction. Can you think of 3 things that you could do to be more aware of to reduce friction in your household? List them here. So typically, if you're in a household and I don't know, a high D in the household, we'd be banging off each other. So how can we manage that? Question 2, communication is key to resolving and even preventing conflict. Now that you identify a few ways where there's possibly friction, what are a few ways you can start adapting to people around you, and list down my top 3 ideas, and so on. And then there's little exercises there. I find it less productive when, to increase my productivity, I would appreciate, and so on. These are things I can communicate to people, tell other people understand, and so on. So you've got 5 questions there on the attached worksheet. So this is the working from home behavioural report. And as I say, based on our DISC assessment, an extract from the DISC report focused exclusively on issues around working from home and communicating. So I hope you enjoy this report. Please generate the report. It's completely free. Please click on the link, generate a report for yourself, share the link with your friends and family, get them to generate a report, and learn how to communicate more effectively in your home environment when you're working from home. Thank you very much.